Hello everyone, my name is Fletcher Fick, and I'm here to introduce the Border States Electric Capstone team. This team is comprised of Keenan Kaufman, Colin Yaga, and myself. We are all seniors studying computer science. We are working with Border States Electric for this project. Border States Electric is an electrical supply company that provides products, material management solutions, delivery, and logistics expertise to tens of thousands of customers. I would also like to introduce our fantastic sponsor, Priyanka. She is a web developer at Border States and has been our main point of contact throughout the entirety of the project. She has been very helpful with answering our questions and making sure we have all the required resources to put out the best project possible. The problem Border States has ran into is with their e-commerce site. They have created a site that works great on desktop, but not so smoothly on mobile. Problem is, over 60% of their users use the site on a mobile device. So, they would like a site that not only works great over desktop, but also works great and runs smoothly on mobile devices. The solution is where we come in. We have created an e-commerce progressive web app, better known as a PWA, that uses SAP Hybris as a backend and a JavaScript library called Spartacus as a frontend. This allows a user to be able to use the site on a desktop, but also be able to have an enjoyable user experience on the mobile device thanks to the PWA capabilities. Now, I'll turn it over to Keenan, who will demonstrate the project and show off all that has been done this semester, thus showing our solution to the problem that Border States has asked us to solve.
So one of our main goals with this project was to mimic the current e-commerce site that Border States has. So I'll show you what theirs currently looks like. They have this nice blue header here with their logo, and then this nice image of the construction workers, and kind of just explaining what their website is. Then I'll go over to ours, and you can see we kind of have the same thing going on. Not totally exact, but it's pretty similar. And then if I scroll down here, you can see we imported a few products. So I'll click on one here. And here you can see the data that we imported for it, so like the price and the title, just to kind of make everything look legit here. And then another thing that we wanted was the ability for the design to be responsive. So you can see I have a preset for an iPhone X here, and you can see that everything kind of shrinks down. The navigation bar gets put into this little hamburger icon, and it pops down like that. And you can see if I switch to an iPad, I'll zoom out, it kind of expands a little bit to fit onto an iPad. So that's one of the things that a lot of modern websites and apps incorporate nowadays is mobile design first, and then, yeah. So the last thing we wanted was to incorporate progressive web app features into the project. So if I go over to the application here, you can see we have a manifest file, and this is where we put all our logos in, and then the names for the app. And the service worker is what actually does all the progressive web app stuff. You can see we have one up and running, and that allows us to install the app. So I can install Border States Electric here, and you can see it makes its own app. It adds an icon to the desktop. And I can close out of this, so it's kind of like its own standalone app. If you were to do this on an Android device, you would get this little banner popping up automatically asking if you want to add it to your home screen, which is nice as well. Currently, iOS devices and Chrome for desktop does not do that yet, but I assume they will in the future.
Now we'll move into next steps moving forward. One of the next steps would be to install a B2B recipe onto the Spartacus site. As of right now, it has a B2C because the B2B recipe isn't yet released for Spartacus yet. The second would be styling. There are still parts that need polish and can better represent Border States' needs. The next would be importing more products. As of right now, we just have a handful of dummy products. The next step would be installing their entire selection of tools. And finally, the last step would be installing a QR code scanner. This would help with the website by making it a lot easier to find products in the border states inventory.